Hi, my name is Ariel from the Children of Karma, and today I'd like to discuss the defense mechanisms of the zodiac signs. And today we'll discuss the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And I think this is a great way to get to know the elements, get to know the zodiac, what makes them tick. The fire signs have this instinctual inner knowing and this connection to spirit that really it allows them to run in very creative circles, creative thinking, creative moving, the act of creation. All of this is the defense against being insignificant. Some of the most well-known paintings of our time, of the past, and how long they carry this influence, this potency and meaning within our society, within our culture. And that's exactly what the fire signs want. They want that feeling valued, feeling seen. Remember me. If you think of Aries, Aries is the mover. It's ruled by Mars. They need a mission, but they need to act on it. If they don't act on it, it's just worthless. They're not very big talkers. They're just doers. So this sign wants to feel potent. They want to feel like they can influence others, like they can impact their society. They deal with a lot of criticism as well because they can be very forceful. Mars can be a little antisocial, selfish at times, and their methods are, they're not always appreciated by everybody. So sometimes Aries can respond back as, they're just jealous of me, forget about them. Sometimes it can feel like a bit like you're on an island as well with Aries. It just, but truly you do need others. You need others even in the battle, even in the conflict. You need an opponent. You need even someone to influence. You need someone on the other end viewing your creations or what you do. In order to react to them, you need that feedback from them. So Leo also needs to feel important, to feel valued, to feel unique. Sometimes they can get competitive. In the lower expression of Leo, we can sometimes need the validation from others. It's because there's something missing, that divine connection, either connection to spirit or a higher version of self, even your imagination that can connect you to a divine purpose. The fire signs have this instinctual energy about them. They receive information in a particular way, in a very powerful way, and they need to act on it. By acting on that divine purpose, it can also go negatively. We've had people, for example, with ideologies that have been very detrimental to humanity, but it can go in a positive way, feeling like you have a divine purpose on this planet. For example, Leo is creation. Say you're an artist and you're receiving these images, these visions from this higher source that you're connecting with, and you feel it's your divine purpose to bring these visions to life somehow, bring it down to the material realm, gather all the pieces that it takes and work out how it can best be received and put it forth. It's truly a connection between you and spirit. It's not you and others necessarily. And if you focus on that agreement that you have with spirit to bring those visions to life, I think you totally forget about being valued by society or the collective, because now you feel aligned. It's like an inner alignment that you have, that you're fulfilling your divine purpose. You're doing what you came here to do. So it truly doesn't matter what anyone thinks. This is the best way to handle that Leo energy. Sagittarius needs movement. It needs movement of ideas. It's an explorer. They need to find the answers to their questions, the puzzle pieces to life, and they're constantly jumping maybe from thought to thought or even going from place to place just to figure out what it is. And it can seem odd from someone on the outside looking in because they're following some divine special purpose, some quest for answers. And it may not make sense to everyone, but that meaning actually gives that Sagittarian life. And sometimes they can get lost in this world of trying to find meaning, and sometimes they can connect these dots that are not there. But if they were to lose that meaning, it can be very painful, very depressing. The fire signs really deal with this roller coaster of emotion, and it is to prevent, prevent living in the ordinary, wanting just to live your life. And sometimes that means experiencing the ups and the downs. That Sagittarian energy needs to feel like they're on the way to something. They're on a quest, they're on a path. They're evolving, even just in thoughts, they're evolving in thoughts. And sometimes it's frustrating. For example, if you were to listen to someone online nowadays, there's a lot of misinformation, and sometimes you hear something and your mind travels. It's like, as a Sagittarian energy, your mind is traveling. Oh wow, if that's true, then that means A, B, C, and D could be true. And your mind is just like really moving, and you're loving it. It feels euphoric. It feels like you're connected with spirit. And then you find out this person lied, or they have no idea what they're talking about. And it just cuts off all of that thinking. A, B, C, D, E, F, it's all gone. And it's so frustrating. It's a loss of meaning, a loss of that quest. It's like you're on the journey, you packed and you're ready to go, and it's been canceled. And so I definitely feel that sometimes present, that Sagittarian energy, just needing to find meaning all the time, and sometimes even connecting dots that are not fully there. But I think it's all a process. Even if you're wrong about something, there's a reason you're wrong, to highlight this particular thing. You've gotten it wrong, highlight this. Now this is an area you need to work on. There are little clues being given even in the mistakes of life. So I think just settle in that inner knowing that regardless, you're going to lead yourself to the answer somehow. Thank you for watching this video, and I'd love to see you at thechildrenofkarma.com. We can unlock your ancestral patterns and natal synastry charts, transits, and career and purpose as well. So I'd love to see you there, and don't forget to like the video. Bye.